Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toffee Bluecast. Instant. That's how excited I am. Can't even say instant match reaction. You've got 3 Everton fans in the Toffee Bluecast house, and we want you to get in the comments right now because Everton, are you ready for this? 4, Leicester City 0. Yes, that is right. You are not hearing things. You haven't had a daytime nap and just woken up and dreamt that that's just happened. It has actually just happened. And not only is it Everton 4-0, it's Everton have won 3 games in a row. Get involved in the comments. Let us know how you feel. Paul, I'm going to ask you a little bit of words now, and then Luke, I'm going to ask you, and then we're going to have to try and break this game down. Paul, before I ask you anything, Paul, right? Yeah. I wanted Decore in the 10, right? And I know you was pushing me to get Decore out of the 10. And
I stick by what I said.
Yeah, I'm not being on your. I just went with you, but in my head, I did mention right at the end after you're not putting Decore in the 10 that Decore will be in the 10, and he was, Paul. Yeah. So come on, talk to me.
I found it absolutely hilarious. That first minute was just. I think it was the fact that there was the pair of them, it's Beto and Decore, who have. I just think that we've got better players, but I just love the fact that one just caused the ball to sort of come down by just having a little nudge on the defender. Decore didn't have any time to think about it, and he finished it amazing. And it was just hilarious that it's like that Decore scored the quickest goal for an Everton player, and the quickest goal scored at Goodison as well, which is just fantastic. And then obviously Beto as well. Tarkowski turns a belting ball just into the lines, and Beto again doesn't really think about it too much and finishes it off. It was just a hell of a start, absolutely brilliant. So I'm buzzing. I'm just buzzing.
Comments are flooding in. Well, if you went back to the pre-match, I know I talk a lot of shit, but sometimes with my football, I do make sense. Honestly, I've got a slight football brain up here. And I did say, if you listen to the pre-match, I said, Beto he'll draw the centre-backs in, right? I said, Beto will draw the centre-backs in and someone running off Beto will score. It's written in the pre-match. I've said this in the pre-match before the game. First goal, Jordan Pickford. Wicked goal kick. Is really good with his feet, Pickford. We know he's the best. Long ball. Beto draws the centre-back to him. Centre-back gets out of position. Ball bounces down. As I've said, a player running off from Beto. It's Decore, who Paul wouldn't have expected. And Decore goes and finishes it like he's Cristiano Decore. So I'm exactly how I called it. Come in and I'm starting to think, you know what? David Moyes, if he's watching this channel, is going to get me being his assistant with Leighton Baines. So I said Beto would be a nuisance. I said Beto would be good. I said last night at 2 a.m. on an X space to Marco and Joseph Yobo and someone else, 2 a.m. I said Beto was going to score a brace. And they'll tell you that I said that. And he did. Luke, come on. How are you feeling, mate?
To say over the moon would be a very, very subtle overstatement. Understatement, should I say. I mean, that was, as many people said, the fastest goal for Everton in Everton's entire history. And it's the fastest goal in Goodison's history. That's something else. And I mean, of all people, the people who a lot of us criticise about being about as fast as freaking Usain Bolt running through bloody molasses.
Yeah.
And I mean, as well, again, a lot of people will criticise Decore, saying his on the ball, his ability is rubbish. It makes Sunday League stuff look, reasonably good. But he's just proved us all wrong there. Absolute peach of a movement. So basically, Pickford knocking it up. Beto doing enough to sort of shimmy the defender off the ball, and then Decore coming in just to clean it all up. And then, 5-6 minutes later, Beto with a nice little peach of a strike there. It was the game to just prove the fans wrong. I mean, we've all been worrying about these games and everything, and they've just turned around and said, what are you worrying about? Don't worry about the injuries. Don't worry about how we're performing. We're going to win. That's what they basically just went and done for us today. They've just turned around and said, we're going to win, and we're going to win in the best way possible.
It's always the case as well, though, because like yesterday we found out like from Flamingo. No one knew that we've just signed Alcaraz, which is likely to happen. It's not been confirmed from Everton, but they normally confirm it 10 years later. But Alcaraz in the number 10. So a lot of people are saying, yes, we've got someone to take Decore's position. And finally, someone better in that Decore position. And of course, when you write players off, these players turn up. It always happens. I mean, if you was to say which two players would be the most questioned players before the game, it probably would have been Beto. A lot of people give Beto stick. They judge him by his running, but he does score goals. And Decore as well. A lot of people say Decore is not composed, and he was no one could be more composed than that 10-second finish that he slotted in. So they prove us wrong, and Everton, I don't care. Like, I just want these players to play well. And David Moyes, he's bringing out the best in these players. And this game was just this. I mean, come on, like, I've not even had a sip of my game cup of tea. And we scored in 10 seconds. At least let me sit down and settle down. I'm watching the game, just getting set up, getting my stuff ready. And I'm like, oh my God, 10 seconds, Decore. What a goal. What a goal. And I was just like, wow, what a goal. And then all of a sudden, you can tell. The commentator said, I think it was Osman said, are Everton going to go for more, or are they going to sit on this lead? And I thought, do not sit on this lead, because we look good. We look very good. And I knew we wasn't going to. And we're going to try and break things up. And I'm going to point a few things out here, right? And I've said this already. Our centre-backs are the key to us playing well. Our centre-backs at this moment in time are so calm, so calm. The centre-backs are moving back. Leicester are trying to get the ball. We just pass it around, and then we look for the moment and we play the ball that we need to play. And O'Brien, Branthwaite, so composed. O'Brien, so composed. Tarkowski looks really good under David Moyes. He's got a really good pass on him. On the second goal, he was the one that picked out the. No, he wasn't. But he put one through Tarkowski. He's really good. And another player, like Paul said, and Paul stuck by this. He didn't stick by Decore, but he stuck by this player. I'll give him credit for this. Mykolenko. Paul said like he's getting a lot of stick, and I said he would have been good as a dog. But no, Mykolenko today, fantastic as well. And I think I always say your football comes from your back. You're only as good as your defence. And because our defence is so composed, we can start to get a little bit of possession and we can start to get goals. People think you get goals from attack, but you can get goals from your defence. If your defence is that composed, it makes everything nice when the ball goes into your attacking players and it's not rushed. And the defence was composed. So the defence was fantastic. And also, what makes the defence fantastic is Garner Gaze decided to turn into Iniesta and give the centre-backs an option every time they get the ball. Garner Gaze just sitting in, and he's just like, give it me, I'll move it. Give it me, I'll move it. Give it me, I'll move it. And Garner Gaze is that pivot for the centre-backs to always have an option and move it about, which we don't normally do in midfield. So James Garner also looking like he wants to come back and prove himself. I'm so happy. Like, I have not been as happy as an Everton fan in a long time. Pinch me. The goal with the second goal that I mentioned, James Garner's ball through was fantastic. Like, that ball for James Garner. And he looked good today. That was a fantastic ball, James Garner through to Beto for the second goal. It really was a cracking ball. And yeah, it's just so much good today. So much good. Talk to me, lads. Talk to me, because I am still on cloud nine with this game. I really am. 3 wins. 5-0. And Jai scoring at the end just to top it off, icing on the cake. We're happy. Get in the comments, people.
Go on, Luke.
5-0. Was it a goal at the end? Nah. The fact that we've had 2 clean sheets as well is really good. It just shows you that the defence is actually doing the job, and they're doing the job to a very good extent. I mean, I was a little concerned at the fact that we're persistently putting Jake O'Brien out there on the right back position, but he's doing well. He is doing well. I mean, granted, what they show us, the 4-2-3-1, isn't true of what we're doing at the moment. It's more like a 3 at the back with wing backs, but they're going to keep putting it out there, so I'm not going to argue against it. They're doing something else. Moyes has come in and done something completely different to what Dyche was doing. He's given these guys a bit of faith. He's basically given them the actual belief, saying to them, right, you guys are better than what people are making out. Let's go and prove how good you actually are. You're able to move with the ball. You know where the pass is. You are Premier League players. You have got the ability and talent to actually be some of the best players in the world. So let's go and prove that to them. And they're doing it. Like, as someone actually said in the comments here, quite a way back, like, he's getting them doing what they need to do, moving the small triangles, doing little backwards and forwards passes, doing like little 1-2 passes and everything. It's not just the simple football of punt it upfield and hope for the best. It's being able to actually use your position to your advantage. So you could actually, even in the very start of the game, you saw what Beto was meant to do. Be an absolute pain in the ass to the defenders. And from there, open up gaps for any of the attacking midfielders to take advantage of. And then build up from there. So he was doing what he was meant to do. Likewise with the... What's that? So next to a guy who should... Aww.
Sounds like Emma was nice and cozy, warm. Whether she wanted to be or not.
I realised when Luke corrected me that I'm that excited that I said 5-0 instead of 4 before someone corrects me after the stream. It wasn't 5-0, it was 4, but it could have been 10 in my eyes because I was that happy. 4-0. It could have been, I don't know what I said in my score prediction, but yeah, 4-0. Insane.
Yeah, can't argue with that, can we?
But we didn't score goals under Dyche, did we? It's interesting because when people are saying to David Moyes, what have you done differently? He's not taking praise for it, and he's saying, I've done nothing different. And he's not saying it's on him. I'd be taking credit for it personally, but he's saying, no, I've done nothing. I've just had a couple of tinkers and stuff like that. But I'm not having it, David Moyes. You've clearly done something. Like, Dyche was holding these players back. And I know, why are you moaning about Dyche? Move on from it. But you can't forget that we was in a big mess under Dyche, you know. We was on the verge of, like, big chance of getting relegated. Couldn't win, couldn't score. We was in big trouble. Don't forget that just because we've won 3 games and all that make you think, it was okay, because we wasn't. Under Dyche, we was in massive trouble. We wasn't even having shots on target. And I'm not even convinced this Leicester game that we would have beat them if we had Dyche, because Dyche should sit back, respect teams too much, and probably gave Leicester a chance to build confidence to be in this game at home. But David Moyes has got us at home saying, no, we're at home. It's our place. We're going to come at you. And David Moyes is getting these players to go out and win games. He's getting the fullbacks to bomb it forward. They're not sitting back. I don't think Dyche wanted the fullbacks to bomb it forward. He wanted the wingers to do the attacking play. And David Moyes is saying, no, we need something from our fullbacks if we're going to attack. So he's pushing the fullbacks up. He's letting Njai and Lindstrom move into the 10 positions. And David Moyes has done something to guard a game where he's saying, don't move the ball up, keep it, and try and get us a bit of possession. And these little things have made a massive difference. And I know Paul and me have been banging our heads together thinking, are we crap or are these players capable of more? And we've been saying this after every game, like, surely Sunday League players can pass the ball. So surely these players, Garner Gay, who's played for PSG, Mangala, we ain't got him now, but he was there. Surely these players can pass the ball. We've got Branthwaite, who's really good at passing from the back. We've got Tarkowski. And me and Paul was like, these are capable of more. They are. Should we change the manager and get better from these players? And it's showing these players are capable of more. Three massive wins, like massive. I mean, that was a 6-pointer game today. Let's not beat around the bush. Some people say Leicester was shit, and they was shocking at the back. They was. but you've got to make them shocking at the back. You know what I mean? That's the big thing. We wasn't normally a team when a team's crap to pounce on what they're not good at. We normally let them off the hook. Look at when we played Southampton. Southampton get battered by everyone. We play Southampton, sit back and let them be the best they've been all season. That's what we normally do under Dyche. But this game, no, we was just like straight on them. 10 seconds in, Decore goal. Decore scored some big goals, didn't he? And fair play because he got us going this game, Decore. He really did get us ticking straight away. That early goal got the momentum and got Goodison rocking. And I said to Paul, the turning point this season was when Njai scored against Spurs, and all the fans was full of stress, full of anxiety, scared of the season. Goodison Park had not been rocking all season, and Njai scored that goal and said to the fans, "Come on, I've got you, I've got you." And ever since Njai scored that goal, Goodison Park is back. And today, I wasn't there, I was listening to it, but wow, Goodison Park was rocking, man. It really was all around the stadium. The energy has been put back into it, and I'm so happy it is rocking because the last season of Goodison Park, you want to show what Goodison Park is, and it was electric today listening to it, and I've got to be there very soon because that was just, let us know in the comments what it was like because it sounded phenomenal. Yes, I am happy. Are we going to lose? We've got Bournemouth in the FA Cup next, and we've got the Derby. Are we going to lose? Because we're looking good, ain't we? The defence are getting better and better. Like we look like we're growing in confidence with every game, don't we?
I'm pretty sure we're just going to win every game from now till the end of the season.
Yeah.
Aren't we? Aren't we? Is that not how it's going to work?
It feels like it.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 15 more games to play now. We're in the Premier League, so you're talking what? How many is that now? So you got what? About 40, is it 45? 45 potential points there, if my math is right. So what we could potentially even push if we could get, let's say, the way we're going right now. I would like to say we could probably go for 40 to 50 points. If we get around there, that means we'll probably be pushing the middle of the table, and I think a mid-table finish would be a nice thing to have going into the new stadium because it's a nice stable foundation for us to build on. And I know Moyes has got his players. I mean, as the commentator said today, we're getting someone called Alcatraz. Oh, that made me laugh. I'm listening to him as he's going on about it. And he's like, yeah, and they've just announced, well, they're coming close to announcing the sign of Alcatraz. And it's like, who's this? Alcatraz. Oh, is he that swimming guy?
Well, Dan can tell you all the words that rhyme with Alcaraz.
Oh, mate, it wasn't hard. Like it was hard. Like to come up with an Alcaraz song. I didn't even rhyme anything with Alcaraz at the end. I don't know what song I did. I put a short up, a Alcaraz song short up, but
good. I liked
Baz is probably the only thing that rhymes with Alcaraz, and I can tell you that I have researched. Is there a song called Baz? And there isn't. I do know that Joseph Yobo's dog's called Baz. Mate's dog's called Baz. I know that from last night's space, but I'm telling you right now, if you want to find the hardest name to link a song to, Alcaraz is frigging definitely up there. It doesn't go with the Macarena. It doesn't go with the YMCA. It doesn't go with the Spice Girls.
Has Tim Robenham got a song yet?
Oh, mine was Era Boom 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 Boom. I want you in my room. Era Boom. Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one, but the moment I wake up, every hour, every day, I know it's you I want. A dress, cigar, and a gay. I know that's a big song today because he had a fantastic. Game today. Garner Gay did. Garner Gay was fantastic. Tarkowski needs a song. Illiman and Jai, you could sing his song because Illiman and Jai scored. Lindstrom needs a song. Everyone needs a song today. It was fantastic. And people are saying in the comments, and I've seen this a lot on X, a lot of people are saying that Emma is a lucky charm, to be fair. She's smashing it. I was so happy we won for you, Emma. I really was. I was thinking, yeah, you're going to be celebrating. But, like, Beto's finishes, a lot of people are saying Calvert-Lewin would have hit those at the keeper. Shouldn't
Oh, yeah,
compare.
well,
You know what I mean? If Beto's doing good, you don't need to dig at Calvert-Lewin. I get it. But I am with you. I don't think nobody would be as composed as Beto was. A fair play to him. Some people won't be quick to give Beto praise because they're not a fan of him. But I'm telling you something. With all the pressure Beto's had on him, talk that Everton want him gone, talk that Everton want him gone again, rumours that we want him gone. He knows that Everton fans are unsure about him. He hasn't got any sort of confidence under Dyche because he never got back to that, like he wasn't even an option of a striker when he was on the bench. And to go through all that, and to have the mental strength to play under David Moyes today, and we're all thinking, what is Beto going to do? Is he good enough? To go and get a chance like he did and slot it nowhere near the keeper. Keeper's got no chance composed. Not dopey at all, just proper composed finish. And then to do it again, composed finish, to get a brace. Should we start really giving Beto praise, because when's the last time someone scored a brace like that as a striker for us? Like, if that was Calvert-Lewin, he'd be getting a lot more praise than what Beto got today, just because his name's Calvert-Lewin. But that today from Beto,
the second one. Yeah, well, the second one felt weird to me because I thought the keeper had balled it up because it didn't half go slow. I mean, it literally just rolled. It didn't strike it with much force. So when you were sort of looking at it, I thought, oh no, he's ballsed it. But it literally just rolled in gradually. It wasn't like a bam or anything like that. So good on him. He got his body in the right position. I think we've had a go at him before for maybe not having his body in the right position and stuff like that. And it shows what a goal can do because he looks confident and it was dead. And you know what was really good as well? When he did score that second, like all the players were over there, weren't they? Do you know what I mean? They were all on his back and everything else, just celebrating with him and supporting him. So he's obviously well liked. He's obviously well liked.
Celebration, the tap your legs. I was so happy. I really was, and I wanted Beto to do that. I really did, Luke. When Beto scored, look at that celebration. When Beto scored, Luke.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just looking at that goal now. It's just popped up on my X feed. I agree with you there. What he's basically done there is beat their line, and he has literally just placed it past their keeper. So the keeper's gone down just as he's hit that ball, and he's made an arse. He's basically made an arse of it because he hasn't gone down with an extension. He's just gone down. That's it. He's literally just flopped to the floor, and there's no arm extension.
I think he must have thought Beto was going to go the other way, across him like he had done before. But
Beto done him. Like Beto done the keeper with his eyes. He knew what he was doing then. The reason that Beto didn't put much power into the shot is because he knew he sent the keeper the wrong way. Do you know like a penalty when the penalties go in where you do the keeper with your eyes and you think, bloody hell, they hit that really soft. If the keeper went the right way, he would have saved it. But the player knows where the keeper's going, and that's a proper striker finish by Beto. He didn't put no power in it. He just he thought, I'm going to send you that way, but I'm going to hit it really soft the other direction by Beto. And it didn't go in fast at all. And you did think to yourself, bloody hell, he scuffed that, but he hadn't. It's exactly what he wanted to do. And if you watch the training clips, actually, I was going to put the training clips on Toffee Bluecast. Beto was pinging on top corner, He wasn't training. He was on the training clips. He was like top left-hand corner. And I was like, whoa, what the heck? Save it for the game, Beto. Don't be using them up. And his finishing today was immense. And I did say, like, when he's running the channels, that's where some people will rip him because his running doesn't look natural, right? But I said, just get the ball into him in and around the box and let him get one-on-one. And I think that's where Beto will be his best. And he showed that today. He has got that striking ability when you get him in the proper striker positions. And he could have had a hat-trick today. He honestly could have. This was a game where we could have scored more. I think Decore had a chance where he just got under it. It was an unlucky chance from Decore. It was Mikalenko bombing it down the left-hand side. But Mikalenko's delivery's got a lot better. I don't know whether it's down to Baines, but I'm telling you something. Mikalenko's, he's drilling the ball in early and his crosses are not hitting the front man. They're going past the front man and they look more dangerous than what they've ever looked. So something's going on, I'm telling you, Paul. Something's got to be going on that's different because Mikalenko's crossing was crap and now it's insane. Mikalenko wasn't bombing it forward, and now he's bombing it forward. And this is why we're better, because these little things are what we wasn't doing. And when you do them, you can score goals. And we are. James Garner putting some cracking balls through, Mikalenko putting some cracking balls through, and where we didn't think we could score because no one looks like putting a player in, we do look like we can score now, don't we? We look like we've got a lot of goals in us.
Yeah,
but we scored 4.
That was one of my favourite bits from today. Actually, there was a particular like 10, 15 minutes really. It might have been at the end of the first half, but Mikalenko was involved in like just cross after cross, up and down the line. There was one which was a cracking move because it was, it must have been Branthwaite. Branthwaite played a pass with his left foot from sort of left back-ish area, curled it round. Mikalenko had made a run sort of inside the line and then managed to get another cross in. And he just seemed so comfortable. If you had seen Mikalenko over the last however many months, he was never encouraged to do that. He was never encouraged to do that. His job was literally to defend. And his crosses were coming from 30 yards out from the goal line. But today, his crosses were actually in line with the 18-yard or further. And that's huge. That's massive change.
I think Dyche was more worried about what could go wrong with these players than actually what could go right. And I was on a Premier League show talking about all the different teams, and there was a Tottenham fan on the show, and he had real good football knowledge. I can't remember his name, but he was on the show, and he said that the problem with Everton is that you're scared to attack teams, you're scared to try stuff. And I said to him, I goes, it's funny you say that as a non-Everton fan, because me and Paul, every show after the game, have been saying that the problem under Dyche is fear of failure. And we've said it all the time, fear of failure. That's what we're scared of. Like, we're scared to do something that could create something because of what would happen if it didn't go right, fear of failure. And this is what's happened. Mikalenko was scared to bomb it forward under Dyche because if it went wrong, he knew he'd get a lot of shit. But Mikalenko's trying this with the mindset that it's going to go right. And that's how you score. And it's happening with the players in the middle of midfield as well. Like, Garner Gay wasn't getting the ball because he was scared that he'd lose the ball in front of the centre-backs. But now he's not got that fear of failure. He's like, I'm always going to keep the ball. I'm good. And James Garner, I'm going to try and thread this pass through and take a risk. No fear of failure. I'm going to go for it. You wouldn't normally see him thread that ball through, but no fear of failure. I'm going to put him through. I'm confident I can do it. And he did it. O'Brien bombing it for Lindstrom. Normally, probably under Dyche, Lindstrom would have just smashed the ball up to you, get the ball to your centre forward as quick as you can, probably the instructions. Lindstrom's like, no, I'll hang on to it, pass it to O'Brien, move it along the centre backs, move it to the left, move it to the right, and wait for a good opportunity. So where we've been saying fear of failure, we've taken that away a little bit. You're seeing that slowly go away, and the confidence is coming into the players. And in football, confidence is key. Confidence is bigger than anything. Confidence is bigger than ability sometimes, because we see players that aren't that good that have got confidence that are doing so good. And I honestly do think, Paul, that fear of failure, you were spot on. You kept saying it on the pre-matches, and they are playing without that a little bit more now. Am I right?
Oh God, yeah. But confidence breeds confidence as well. Do you know what I mean? So if you've got someone who's playing decent, then people around them can feed off that energy. It's positive vibes, which we've always tried to have on here. You know, try and put a smile on people's face, and that in the team, that's what you get from people feeling that way and doing those things. So, for example, Lindstrom having a good game, you know, and then putting a shift in and everything else, that's going to make O'Brien feel much more. You're all right, Dan. You got to call me from your head. O'Brien's going to feel much better, and people around them as well. You know, Mikalenko doing. Yeah, no, he's gone. Sorry.
All right.
Thoughts and prayers for Dan.
Mikalenko,
are you all right? What are you doing?
But I pressed mute and my camera changed. I don't know why.
I don't know either. You've dipped.
Don't
We,
worry.
we don't seem to recognise you, Sid. Oh, there he is.
But like
What you talking about?
Mikalenko playing freely as well. Is everyone around him's going to be a bit more confident as well? You know, Njai's going to love someone sort of making overlapping runs and things like that. It breeds confidence in everyone else. Beto, I mean, training this week is going to be awesome. So I can't wait for FA Cup next week.
I want to be there. By the way, Sims has scored today. It must just be a good Everton. Fair play to him. Hopefully, I wish Sims the best. Never, no gruel against him. To be fair, scored an important goal against Tottenham when we was in the shite, trying to battle to stay okay against the Premier League. I think. Cheers,
You're underwater, Dan. I think.
Oh my days, am I really?
I think so.
Yeah, something changed with the mic, mate. Check your settings in the thing.
When I pressed mute, my camera went off, my microphone went off, everything went off. That's how we roll, you know. Everton, aren't we? It's back now, isn't it?
Say again.
It's back okay? Yeah.
There you go.
Meet me on the other side. I must have cried 1,000 times. Right, come on, let's do this right. We are Everton, the famous EFC, and we fight with all of our might for the boys in the royal blue jersey. Cop-heights and gob-shots. Every single one of them. Cop-heights and gob-shots. We're playing the Cop-heights soon, by the way. We have the FA Cup to smash Bournemouth, and then we have the Derby, which I feel couldn't come at a better time. Luke, we've won 3 games now. We beat Spurs, who wasn't in form, but I still given us massive credit for that. We then beat Brighton, who of course, after beating Brighton, go and lose 7-0 because they're still scarred that they played the famous EFC. I think they were still having nightmares about eliminating Jai Siegel, as Paul's just put on the screen. So Brighton still scarred by playing Everton. And then we now go and smash Leicester. And Van Nistelrooy looked like he was just, do you know where someone looks like they want to just fall into a big hole and hide? That looked like Van Nistelrooy today, way out of his depths. We're ready for Bournemouth now, Luke, ain't we? I think Bournemouth are a really good team. I've got a lot of respect for them, but I think we're ready for a big game like that now, ain't we?
You know what? I'm optimistic with this FA Cup game, just the fact that it's back at home. So we've got 3 games at home on the bounce, pretty much. The massive win against Leicester, that's definitely going to be a massive morale boost for the team, and it's also going to be a monstrous morale boost for the fans. I mean, with 3 games on the bounce, and it's not like we've just beat, Southampton, Wolves, and Ipswich. We've just beat reasonably decent teams. Brighton, although they've just fallen off a cliff a bit, they're still a good team. They've still got a really good attacking team about them. Spurs, likewise, even though what's his name, the Aussie. Seems as Crocodile Dundee's currently putting them in self-destruct mode. I mean, Leicester, well, as we've just seen today, Leicester, although they've got Vardy, I mean, the guy's pretty much the pensioner of football at the moment. He still knows where the net is, so we can't really take that past him. We can't, hold these teams lightly. So I think going up against Bournemouth this weekend, and especially being the FA Cup, it's always a bit of a different game, you find. Will Bournemouth be going up against us and thinking, right, we're going to put the full squads out. We need to get this result, get ourselves into the next round. Or are they going to potentially think, okay, so we're doing well in the Premier League at the moment. We've just lost, but we're still on a bit of an upwards trajectory. We could potentially put a couple of kids out, get their legs going. And then how does Moyes approach it? Does he go, right, I want us in our last season to push as far as we can into the FA Cup, get to that final, at the very least, try and push for some silverware to finish off Goodison. Then the Merseyside derby, we don't need to worry about that just yet. That's not till the 12th, so we'll talk about the gobshites later.
Yeah, the Coleman FA Cup trophy with David Moyes is massively in my head. With Changi and Mr. Testicles at the game needs to happen, right? If we get into the final, we need to make sure that we get in touch with Changi and Mr. Testicles and make sure they are there at the game, which I'm sure you can do, Luke. You've got the contacts in your book.
No, Dan, it's funny you actually say that because when I was working with I was doing a little bit of work with the 1878 a couple of games back, doing the flags and everything. And when we were putting the flags back, they do have a few of the mascot costumes still in there. So, I'm pretty
Which
sure
ones
you can
are they?
I'm not allowed to say. I've been told by
Oh,
the.
if they've got Changi and Mr. Testicles, I want to be Mr. Testicles.
I'm not allowed to say,
You know
but
what I mean? I want to be Mr. Testicles. I do.
there's more than one of them in
So
there.
I would do that for nothing, voluntary. I would be Mr. Testicles at the FA Cup final. If the Mr. Testicles costume is there, I am available to wear that costume in the FA Cup final and do cheerleading the whole game to Spurs, a Spartan cheerleading to Spurs Everton on. And if Changi's there, you can wear Changi Luke. Or Paul.
Are you saying I've got a big nose?
You will have if you're wearing that costume. You will have him to wear that. Paul is joking. To be fair, that elephant head's got to be heavy. I'd rather be Mr. Testicles. I've got arms out free if I'm Mr. Testicles. No, but I am on cloud nine. And FA Cup, we've got to, for me, I get what you're saying. We need to make Premier League is key. Getting into the new stadium in the Premier League is key. But I'd love a good cup run. I really would. And David Moyes has shown that he can win a trophy. So I really would like us to go strong. We've got the transfer window still. Now, some people said they're going to wait and see how this game goes before to see how they feel they need to hit the transfer window. Do you feel that was true, or do you think that's bullcrap? Because I think that's bullcrap. I think whatever we're going to do, we're going to do. Moisey sounds like he wants players. We've got Alcaraz, who I think is fantastic competition for Decore. It looks like that's going to happen. Not Alcaraz, apparently, to David Moyes has got a different name. We're changing his name before we get him. And then also, I think we need a striker and a winger. I really do. But is that 12 o'clock tonight? It finishes?
No, it's
Monday. It's on Monday, 11 p.m.
It's a bit of a head bobbler, isn't it? So it is the first today, yeah?
Yeah.
It's the first at the moment, yeah.
So I thought because it's the first, it finishes on the first. No, we might have to do a deadline day when we get to see who we get on the transfer thing. But it's not been much business yet. So Alcaraz was completely out of the blue. It really was out of the blue. And I like business like that, to be fair. No one knows about it. Done.
To be honest, Flamengo screws up there. Because it was meant to, I'm assuming Everton or someone, or even Fabrizio, should have been able to just sort of feed a little bit into it for the time being whilst that was going on. But as we've noticed there, Flamengo, Alcaraz, best of luck at Everton, have fun. It's like,
it's
well, and he did a video himself, which was thank you, Flamengo. So I you know what, I like that though. I don't. I know we all like rooms and stuff, but how many times have we lost out on players in the last kind of 24 hours because someone's bloody swooped in and said, exactly. They're doing really bad.
Don't show your cards. Don't show your cards because if you think about it, right, Farewell's job is to find a good deal undercover. That's Farewell's job. Find a good deal undercover. Do a bit of business. Speak to a team. Try and get a player with a low budget. That is Farewell's job. If Farewell was trying to get a good deal undercover and then the other football teams was like, we don't know who to get. But don't worry, Everton fans have revealed that Farewell's interested in such and such. So let's just go for him because we've got more money than Everton. That's the thing. Moyes has already said people have got a bigger pot than Everton because of PSR. So if we revealed what players we're interested in, other clubs we've done the homework for other football clubs, so they could just go in and take the player that we want. So I like that literally no one knew that we was interested in for Flamengo. It turns out that Alcaraz didn't even know that the deal was going to happen. That's how good it was. I read that he didn't know it was going to happen. He didn't have a clue. He got told last minute that you're not in our plans. Do you want to go to Everton? He said yes. And then 10 seconds after, quicker than the Decore goal, Flamengo tweeted that his leg's gone. He's gone. And that's how we all find out. But like Luke said, the thing is, Flamengo it's them that gets to decide whether they let him go or keep him. So it's up to them. And if they want to be the first people to reveal it, good on them. I like the way you did it. You know what I mean? You announced it before Everton. I don't even care. And I know some people wasn't happy last night on Spaces saying, Everton never do stuff right. Why do we hear from other people? I don't give a crap who we hear from as long as that deal's done. I really don't care.
Why should we care?
No, exactly. And last night it's like, oh, we should know. Everton are always like this. We should know. And I don't care. As long as Alcaraz has that medical and we've signed him and I'm happy with him, I don't give a crap whether I find out first, second, third, or find out 10 days later, as long as it's done. So I'm just really happy the way we've done business. Do you think that was a David Moyes signing or a farewell signing? We are coming to an end now. We're just going to celebrate. I'm going to go out and do you know where you feel like you're not used to this? This is weird, isn't it? Like, we are miserable on Saturdays because we've lost all season and drew all season, and we've not scored goals and not had shots on target and wanted to cry every game. We've been booers and boo, boo. Can't even say it today. How can you say boo to that? So I feel like someone's hijacked my football team. Do you know in Space Jam where they take the goodness out of the basketballers and put it into them, right? So in Space Jam where they take the goodness out of the basketballers and they become good basketballers. I feel it's the opposite way around with the Everton players. We put the goodness in the Everton players now and we don't even know what's going on. It's like, wow. Freaking hell, Decore's got Cristiano Ronaldo in him. Wow, Garnaga's got Iniesta in him. I think they've gone and took all the best players around in the world, took their boom out of them and put it into these Everton players because I haven't got no problems with any of them.
I think you're right. It's maybe like this as well.
Yeah.
It's like Pele.
Love it.
It explains everything. Something weird is going on in the world, Paul. I'm telling you. This is what's happening.
LA's
maybe
reincarnation.
we've got the right people helping us out.
Yeah.
Is that he's stuck in the fence?
It is, isn't it? No,
when you get these pictures right, I put a lot on X to people that haven't got X that listen to us on YouTube. We do share as much as we can with you to update you with what's going on, but you always end up with something random. Like I put Iliman and Jai to flying on a seagull, and then it come out with Iliman and Jai with wings coming out of his back, and then a seagull coming out of his belly, and I was like, "What the heck?" I think he had like seagull feet as well. Iliman and Jai did, and it was the most deformed picture I've ever seen. Peter Reid, he's happy now. He is happy.
Yeah. He is
happy. That's the happiest.
Even in the picture.
He doesn't look
even
happy.
In that picture, he's happy, definitely.
He's up there. Look at his face. Look at that massive beam and smile.
Yeah.
As you guys know, he smiles like this.
He really does as well.
Like this. I can imagine him just like at a wedding or something. This is the happiest day of my life. I just can't contain my excitement.
Can't believe we've turned this around now. The problem is, like, you always take it for granted, don't you? 3 games ago, we could have lost 3 games and been so miserable on the stream, worried about getting relegated. And because you've won, you just get used to it, don't you? And you're just like, oh, it's happened. We're becoming used to it now. But I'm trying to keep myself grounded and realise how good we've done in the last 3 games because there was no guarantee that David Moyes was going to take over and he wins 3 and 4 games. And after Mangala is out and after Calvert-Lewin's out and David Moyes in the press says it's going to be harder now, 2 big players out, we go and smash a team 4-0. You can't put a dampener on that, you know. I know some people say Leicester was crap, but we wouldn't normally do what we're doing and we've got to enjoy it. We've got to enjoy it. And it's the positivity. It is the positivity that makes this happen. It's the belief and the positivity that makes this happen. If we didn't believe, it really wouldn't happen, and I'm bloody well happy I am. Paul, what are you doing now tonight? Illivan and Jai actually. Illivan actually did the seagull in training just to take the rippers off.
I'll be honest. I was waiting for Ndai to do something like this.
I was waiting to get the fox head on. Me and Paul said do the fox celebration. You know what I mean? Look at that.
What would be the fox celebration? Something like.
No, we said. I think Lulu or Emma said that it would be like Garth in Wayne's World doing Foxy.
That was a good one as well. Paul did a good impression of that one. We can actually sing the Everton songs now. We don't know the meaning of losing. So come on, get down to Goodison Park. Woo! Smashing Bournemouth as well. Oh my days. Everton, you never shine so brightly. Everton, spirit of the blues. If tonight, honestly, if you are debating on whether you should have a Chinese tonight, get yourself one. If you're debating on whether you should have a kebab tonight, get yourself one. If you've had 3 pints and you think, should I go for 4? Everton have just won. Get yourself that extra pint. You know what I mean? Just
driving, by the way.
If you're driving and you've had 3 pints, as Luke said, just go and get yourself a nice apple tango or something like that and give yourself a sugar rush. But honestly, enjoy this. Enjoy this. Nothing. I wasn't at Goodison today. I've got a few games lined up, but nothing makes me happier than Goodison rocking. Because when I'd been a couple of times, I'm telling you, Goodison wasn't itself. It really wasn't. I think our fans have been through a lot of shit, were scarred. The players have gave the fans nothing to be happy about. And Goodison was just like hurt. Honestly, I feel it was hurting. You just sit there on your seat at Goodison. You can't sing because you're shitting yourself. We're going to be crap under Dyche. And you're sitting there and then you want to sing, but you don't. And the atmosphere was just impossible to get going because the players didn't even have a shot on target. And under David Moyes now, since Njai did that thing saying, Goodison, you can be happy. Like, go on, fans. I've got you back. Since Njai got Goodison rocking, it really was rocking today. Nothing makes me happy, the fans happy, because it was songs all around the stadium today. I was jealous I wasn't there. So what a game Emma went to. Please do the Garth Foxy. What is the Garth Foxy? What is the Garth Foxy?
In Wayne's, you're too young. In Wayne's World, there's a song called Foxy, isn't it? Foxy.
Do it louder.
Garth in the movie does that.
What? So do it louder then. I can't hear you. Sorry, your microphone's not working. Louder. That was a Luke move. That was. I've been having on the stream too much. Yeah, Luke, sneaky move on it. You know what I mean? Go on, here. Go on. By the way, it says there's been 706 people that have clicked on. I don't know if you clicked off straight away, but I haven't. If you can hit that like and subscribe, we are close to 1 billion subscribers.
1 billion?
We're going for 2 billion by the end
of the year. We are going for 2 billion. We are 1 billion. I can't even work out what the number is to be.
There's 8 billion people on this planet right now. We need 7 billion more. We want to go for complete world domination. We're going to make this entire planet blue.
There is 8 billion people. I didn't know there's 8 billion people on this planet. There's 8 billion people on this planet, and not one in that 8 billion is as good as Elman and Jai on the football pitch. Skilly man, skiller. Oh, I love him. Skillyman and Jai. He is the seagull. Skilly. And Jai. Oh, your pictures are insane today. This channel is just growing by the second. The peak. Paul's literally got like something here that he pops on, something here that he pops on. He's like Iron Man. Do you know Iron Man? When you watch it now, they use the technology screens where they just go zoom like that. Yeah, right. Paul's like this on Toffee Bluecast now. You know what I mean? He's just like Seagull. Put it there. Put it on the screen. Steagle with a cigar. Put it on the screen. Oh, happy bloody Gilmore. So, yes, Everton fans, we could talk all night. Of course we could, because Everton are the best. We are the famous EFC. And marching down the Goodison Road, all our windows open wide. When you hear the copper shout, the candles out, we are the Goodison gang. Can't frigging sleep on nights like this, can you? You know what I mean? Right, before I go, it was really weird for me today because I never have a daytime nap, right? And I fell asleep and I had a daytime nap. And I woke up and I said to Chloe, bloody hell, I fell asleep. And when I fell asleep, I dreamt that Njai lobbed the keeper and it hit the crossbar and it didn't go in. And I said to Chloe, I had a dream that Njai lobbed the keeper, hit the crossbar and it didn't go in. And she goes, you are so sad. That's what she said to me. This is how you know I'm Everton obsessed. You know, I even dreamed about it. And then I woke up and I thought, bloody hell. And then I watched Everton after that. I think it was about half an hour after that. And it feels like a dream, that game does. It really does. 10 seconds. Pickford assist.
Brilliant. It was just brilliant.
Pickford assist. 10 seconds, Decore goal. Beto, like, slotting it. I mean, I said Beto to score a brace on those spaces, and I wanted it to happen, but you don't believe that it is going to happen, do you? And Paul, is he starting to win you over a little bit now, Beto?
Beto? Oh, well, no, he's still all arms and legs. He is. I mean, I've never not liked him.
No, come on.
No, I'm not saying you don't like him. I'm not saying you don't like him, but I'm saying, like, how many goals does Beto need? 6 does he need to score to? 6 in one game to get your twinkle going in your eye?
What, for me to say that he's a skillful
you fall in love?
Or...
I mean, he's trying to win you over. Beto scored 2. What's he need to do to be your Valentine's and make you fall in love?
A few more braces, yeah, I think.
Turn up to.
It was the number. 3, 4.
Turn up to the next game with braces.
How many more goals?
3 more braces, I think.
If he gets another 5 or 6, I'll say, go on, I'll be mean, I'll say 6.
6 goals in total, so 2 more braces. 3 more braces.
6 more goals.
All right.
Before now and the end of the season. Need 6.
Paul, you didn't apparently, right? I agree with that. If he does though, Paul, don't play hard to get, mate. If he does what you've just requested, if Beto puts on the table what you've just asked for, mate, you are doing a forfeit for Beto, like Brosia did, I'm telling you. Paul, apparently, I mean, we don't like to ignore the comments. We love you. The channel isn't the channel without you. It's about Everton fans coming together after the game, which we've done, and we're going now to celebrate. But Paul, apparently you didn't do it right. So can you do it properly?
Well, I'm naked from.
I don't know what it is, but apparently there's some hip thrusts.
I'm naked from that line down, I'm afraid. So I wouldn't want to do anything to get us thrown off.
Step, can you move your seat back and try it? Because I want to see what it looks like. I don't know.
I can't remember the hip thrusts.
Can you not?
Fair.
Mate,
not really, no.
Yeah, freaking hip thrust, you won't. You know what I mean? You know exactly how it goes.
There's a TikTok video in there somewhere, I think, for you.
Yeah, we'll have to try it out. We'll do loads of shorts and everything. Anyone that's listening, there's loads on. Do hit that like and subscribe. I'm going to give Luke a plug now because I forgot last time. I gave myself a black eye after for forgetting. Right, Luke, plug yourself up. Luke, School of Science, legend. He's one of the main guests, to be fair. Luke, where can people find you?
So if you want to find me anywhere, you can always check out YouTube. So I am School Science TV. I do regular drone footage around the new Everton Stadium. I will be most likely doing drone footage around Goodison Park when that's all done and dusted. I'm also doing post-match stuff, so I will be doing that shortly after this lovely live stream has been finished. And also, if you want to see me boil the piss of every single football fan on the planet, even our own, come find me on X as well. I am School Science TV on there. I do everything I can to annoy people, but I do it in a loving way. I don't actually go for the jugular that often. But yeah, if you ever want to see anything of a semi-professional nature, I am on there. It's not as good as this yet, obviously, but I do try my best.
He smashes it. No, I mean, he's been saying he smashes it. So give him a like. Give him a subscribe. Give him a follow. Thanks, everyone, for listening. We've tried to put as many comments on the screen as we can. If we have missed your comment, please forgive us, but we won't miss it next time. I promise. We love to hear how you feel after the game, and the comments have been even more happy than what we are. Everton have won 4-0 against Leicester. Speechless. Pinch yourself. Right, Paul, last words. I know you've got some poetic stuff in you. You didn't do your Fox impression, which disappoints me, but your poetic last words will make up for it. Luke, I want your last words as well, because I know you're a man of many words, and then I'll give my last words.
Well, on a weekend,
give your last words in the comments.
on a weekend where we score within 10 seconds, Decore scores, Beto scores twice, we win 4-0. Pour a lottery ticket on, do something that could continue this look, whatever it is that's going to make you think, oh, maybe there's a little chance that this amazing thing's going to happen. This seems to be the weekend to do it. So get the lottery ticket on, call that person that you've been thinking, oh, I'll go out on a date with them or whatever it is, and see what happens, because this seems to be a good weekend.
Luke, that was good words, Paul. You don't mess about, does he, Paul? Luke, what you got for me?
Well, under Moyes now, we are 3 wins and 4. We've just got our fastest ever goal. And all I can say is David Moyes. He's got grey hair and we don't care. David Moyes. It's a great time to be an Evertonian, isn't it? We are on the tin, as the song says. We don't know the meaning of losing anymore. So come on. Let's get down to Goodison Park and smash Bournemouth.
Love it. Absolutely love it. If you are a person that relies on Viagra and you can't get hold of any Viagra, you have now got the Everton highlights tonight to use before you want to do what you want to do. And I'm pretty sure watching those Everton highlights will do what Viagra can do, mate, because it was an incredible performance. You've got Everton aggro right now, I tell you, because Decore scored in 10 seconds and it was just, we're back. I am getting these. I said it on a space last night and I got ripped a little bit. I am proper getting my old David Moyes feelings back. Like, if David Moyes had us at the start of this season, I am convinced that we would be doing a Nottingham Forest or Bournemouth, because we're just doing what you don't expect us to do at the minute. And under Moyes, he's just got that Volvo room where he can get you 5th, 6th, and sometimes sneak you in 4th position. And that's what I dream for him to do with us right now, because the only way is up. Baby. Love it. Right. Come on, people. We are going. Thanks, everyone in the comments. Go and have fun.
Have a great weekend.
And we'll be back. We will be back.
Oh.
I'm looking for the banner now.
Gosh, really?
I'm so happy I could cry. Oh, Everton.
Come on, you freaking blue boys.
Come on, you freaking blue boys. You know what I mean? Up the zombies. We ain't leaving. The only way is up. Everton are back, baby. We are back with vengeance. David Moyes is a man on a mission. He got close to winning a trophy. He didn't win a trophy, but I tell you now, David Moyes, he's got grey hair and he don't care. FA Cup is coming in the frigging trophy cabinet. I'm telling you, 100% people. Have a boss night. We love you all. Thanks, everyone, for listening. If you don't hit that like and subscribe, we will cry. So please do so, because we don't want to cry. Right. Please do so. No, I'm only joking. If you want to, do. If you don't want to, do. See you later, everyone. Have a boss one. Up the top is, we are the famous EFC, and we fight with all of our might. And do not ever forget that every single cop-out in the world is a gobshite.
Even the fucking baby ones.
Every frigging single one of them. Cop-outs are gobshots, and they're getting it when we play them. I'm telling you. Cop-outs are gobshots.
Every
single one of them!